Wisconsin spring election just 11 days away, and already there is some confusion how some municipal clerks are trying to clear things up. Plus, another day of walkouts for one area high school. Why students are so upset. Also, the wife of a U.S. Supreme Court judge is in hot water after text messages surfaced showing her support to overturn the 2020 election. And an investigation underway after a teen falls to his death from an amusement park ride in Florida. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. The spring election will get here quickly, a little too quick for some clerks. They're confused after a Supreme Court decision threw out the use of ballot drop boxes for the April 5th election. Political reporter Will Keneally explains how some clerks are working through that confusion.
That's right. Just 1 month ago, voters could use ballot drop boxes, but now they can't. That quick change is especially a challenge for local clerks, who essentially ensure our elections function. I spoke with Rock County Clerk Lisa Tollefson about what she's doing to stave off that confusion among clerks in her county. She said it's all about communication that started during the pandemic.
Since that time, we do get together periodically before elections. So I called another meeting to make sure we were all on the same page. Like I said, we work as a team. It's not one person making an election work. It's those municipal clerks and their poll workers that make all of this happen.
After the Supreme Court ruling, the Wisconsin Elections Commission, which usually coordinates those efforts, couldn't provide guidance to clerks, essentially leaving them largely to fend for themselves. It's already led to some confusion with 2 clerks in Washington County who had to backtrack on guidance they gave their voters. The top-line guidance: make sure that you return absentee ballots in the mail or to a staffed location. And be sure to return only your absentee ballot, not anybody else's.
Good advice, Will. Thank you. Let's get a look now at your certified most accurate forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti out on the chilly weather patio.
Yeah, we even have a few flakes of snow and a little bit of drizzle coming down right now as well. And we could see some strong wind gusts at times this evening. Visible cloud track shows the next batch of clouds sweeping on through, and there are some rain and snow showers associated with them. In fact, it looks like some just trying to move through the Madison area right now. There could be some brief reductions in visibility, but temperatures are warm enough that it shouldn't stick to the ground. You can see a few places seeing visibilities drop to between about 1.5 miles and 2.5 miles for brief periods of time, whereas other areas aren't seeing much in the way of problems. Temperatures, though, are around 40, in some cases even a little bit above that, in some cases a little bit below it, but still above freezing, so that should keep any snow from sticking to the ground. These are current temperatures now, mainly in the upper 30s. Winds, though, could gust to 40 to 45 miles per hour. These are current wind gusts, and you're seeing some strong gusts, and we do have a wind advisory in effect until 10 p.m. for all of southern Wisconsin. So look for a low temperature of 22. The rain and snow showers should end before midnight, but the winds will remain brisk overnight. Tomorrow we'll see clouds in the morning, some sunshine in the afternoon, but a chilly day with a high of 35. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes some rain, snow, and even some thunderstorms as we head into next week.
A little of everything. All right, Gary, thank you. U.S. defense officials say Russian forces are running low on air-launched cruise missiles and are trying to preserve their inventory. Chris Wynn explains how this could be a shift in Ukraine's favor.
More than a month since Russia began its invasion of Ukraine, a potential turning point as Ukrainian forces retake towns on Kyiv's eastern outskirts, according to the UK Defense Ministry, with the Ukrainian officials saying forces are going on the counterattack in the capital region.
Every sign of support counts, beginning from, a hug, a word, and most importantly, of course, just the sign of unity on the side of the West, NATO, the readiness to help.
But the human devastation continues to take its toll. Citing eyewitness reports, officials in Mariupol now believe close to 300 people died in a Russian attack on a theater there 9 days ago.
I don't think that nobody abroad can understand truly what just happened in my hometown. Can't even imagine. Living in the basement is not the worst thing happening in the Mariupol. Like, this town turned into a ghost.
Friday, President Joe Biden was in Poland meeting with personnel from the 82nd Airborne Division.
The finest fighting force in the history of the world. That's not hyperbole. You have to say it again. And so thank you for what you do. Thank you for all you do.
The White House says the president's visit was intended to highlight the war's mounting refugee crisis. More than 3.6 million people have fled Ukraine since the start of the invasion, according to UN estimates. In Washington, I'm Chris Wynn reporting.
Meanwhile, Ukrainian refugees continue to arrive in Poland. The city of Rzeszów has seen hundreds of thousands of refugees over the past month. Most have traveled to family in other places, but city officials say around 2,500 have remained. The city's also become ground zero for supplies for Ukraine.
Quite a big center. We are helping whole cities like Lviv. We are actually collecting the donations from all the Europe.
Actor Sean Penn is also in the city this week working on a documentary about the war. During a news conference this afternoon, he said he'll be working with Polish authorities to help refugees find housing. Pope Francis invited the faithful to join him in a consecration prayer for peace in Ukraine. Catholic bishops and churches around the world participated in the prayer. Here in Dane County, the service was held by Bishop Donald Heiling at the Immaculate Heart of Mary Church in Monona. A consecration like this hasn't been held since John Paul II called for one in 1984 between America and the USSR. In Rome, Pope Francis reminded the audience of tragedies from the last century where millions were killed in 2 world wars. In other news, students at a Richland Center High School have staged a walkout for the 2nd day in a row, upset over the school's decision not to renew the contract of a popular teacher. Students say they're confused by the decision to not bring back social studies teacher Mark Chambers. Our Brad Hamilton is live in Richland Center High School with more. Brad?
Mark, at around 1:15 this afternoon, a bunch of students walked out of class and began protesting in favor of Chambers. Now, again, this is that 2nd day of walkouts that they've started. The message from students was simple: allow Mark Chambers to continue teaching. Multiple people describe Chambers as being a phenomenal teacher and even better person. They don't understand 2 things from the school officials. First, his abrupt departure, and second, the lack of explanation for that departure.
It shows how little respect they have for the children and the kids of the school district, considering he is one of our best, and to just cast him off to the side, it shows how they feel about us and that their silly little politics that they have with each other is more important than the students themselves.
Richland Center school officials responded with a statement today confirming that Chambers' contract was not renewed. They went on to say that they don't have the luxury to disclose information regarding the school board electing not to renew his contract, and they also added that this has been a difficult situation for the entire school. Now, coming up at 5:30, we are going to continue our coverage here from Richland Center with more student reaction.
We'll see you then. Brad Hamilton reporting live. Thank you. The final pretrial hearing was held today for 2 women, Mineral Point women, charged in the death of a 13-year-old girl. Alexis Berry and her mother Lori were caring for Sheila Caden when the girl died. Caden's parents, who live in North Carolina, sent her to live with the Berrys at Mineral Point after she had behavioral problems. The family had become close when they lived in Madison. The women's trial expected to start on April 28th. They both face 1 felony charge of first-degree reckless homicide. A former radio personality was in court for a pretrial hearing today. Matthew Jones is charged with 10 counts of possession of child pornography. An investigation led to a search warrant being executed at Jones' home last year. Several electronic devices were taken as evidence. A major U.S. Supreme Court decision tossing Wisconsin's political maps has thrown a wrench into the state's election timelines. The state Supreme Court now faces a fast-approaching deadline for when Wisconsin needs its next political maps finalized. Our Naomi Cole joins us now with how many options do we have, Naomi?
Quite a few, in fact. Perhaps the simplest, our state Supreme Court could, in fact, choose the same maps from Governor Evers again, if they can get additional evidence that proves the districts are, in fact, compliant with federal law. Second, they could ask Governor Evers to simply redraw the 7 districts in Milwaukee that conservatives took issue with when going to the federal Supreme Court. Thirdly, the Republican-led legislature wants those maps gone entirely in favor of theirs. At the heart of all of this, whether a 7th black majority district in Milwaukee is in fact necessary.
is a tricky area of the law. And in fact, some of the U.S. Supreme Court justices themselves have complained about some of the confusion that arises in this area. Yes, you have a federal statute, then in order to try to ensure fair electoral opportunities to qualifying communities of color, essentially encourages map makers to think about race when they draw district lines. But at the same time, the Supreme Court generally disfavors thinking about race, both when drawing district lines and in other areas. And so
UW-Madison Associate Professor Robert Yablon, who himself has argued cases before the U.S. Supreme Court, will join me this Sunday on For the Record. That's after Face the Nation. He's helping unravel a complicated court decision that could have major implications for who gets to represent you in the state capitol.
Naomi, thank you. We'll see you Sunday morning. A quick programming note. March Madness coverage on CBS will once again lead to some changes this evening due to basketball. News 3 Now at 6 will air next at 5:30. News 3 Now at 10 will be on Channel 3000 Plus and TVW, and after the late game on WISC. That's all coming up tonight. Next at 5, controversy surrounds the wife of a Supreme Court judge. Why the January 6th committee is looking into text messages between Virginia Thomas and a former White House chief of staff. That's after the break. And later, local students are raising awareness for a medical condition that often goes unnoticed. How you can help, coming up on News 3 Now at 5:30. And a mixed day on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials up 153, the NASDAQ down 22, but the S&P 500 up 22, and we'll be back.
Celebrate Ashley's anniversary sale with our biggest scratch and save mattress sale ever. We have millions of dollars of inventory with savings up to 65% off. Save $1,000 instantly on Serta Perfect Sleeper and finance interest-free for 5 years. All at Ashley, Wisconsin's #1 mattress retailer.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Guys, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, Peak Performance for Men has a natural solution that can help you today. That's right. Stop wasting money on pills and inferior technology that hurts and just masks your ED. Fix it for good. The best part, our ED treatment is non-invasive, painless, and you can get back to your natural functionability after just a few short in-office sessions. Call us today and mention this ad, and your initial consultation is free. We are Madison's trusted specialist and only national erectile dysfunction provider. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
I can't take it anymore. It's time for a change. Buy one window, get one free? Perfect.
I can change, honey.
Not you. These drafty old windows.
Oh.
It's time for a change. Buy one window, get one free from Feldco.
Buy one window, get one free ends Thursday. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Ashley's biggest scratch and save anniversary sale ever. We have millions of dollars of inventory with savings up to 50% off on doorbusters and finance your entire purchase interest-free for 5 years. All at Ashley, Wisconsin's #1 furniture and mattress retailer.
Tonight at 5:30, another student walkout, this time at Richland Center High. Why they're protesting on behalf of one of their favorite teachers. And today is Epilepsy Awareness Day, how a local teacher and her students recognized this special day. That's next at 5:30.
Want to know what the weather is like right now where you live? Download the First Warn Weather app and I'll give you my hour-by-hour forecast.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Well, police are investigating after a Missouri teen died after falling out on an amusement park ride in Florida. Authorities say Tyrese Sampson was visiting Orlando with his football team over spring break. Witnesses say the boy fell from the 430-foot-tall free fall ride, which operators describe as the world's tallest freestanding drop tower. Police responded to Icon Park around 11 o'clock last night. The boy was taken to the hospital where he died from his injuries. The Slingshot Group, which operates the ride, is cooperating with investigators.
Again, our hearts are broken for that family of the young man. And again, we're going to do everything we can to work with the investigative authorities to get to the matter of this.
Investigators are reviewing witness statements in an effort to determine how the boy fell from the ride. The ride is closed until further notice. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thompson was discharged from the hospital today after being treated for an infection. His release comes as a controversy continues to swirl around his wife and texts she sent to the former White House Chief of Staff about overturning the 2020 election. Robert Costa has the details.
The messages reveal how the wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas used a back channel to the White House to push for overturning the 2020 election.
So we'll be going to the U.S. Supreme Court.
A day before Joe Biden was declared the winner, Ginny Thomas texted President Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows, "Do not concede." The next week, she told him America's constitutional governance is at the precipice and alleged Biden and the left is attempting the greatest heist of our history. Meadows responded, "I will stand firm. We will fight until there is no fight left. Thanks for all you do." The two exchanged 29 messages in the weeks after the election, 21 sent by Thomas and 8 in reply from Meadows, all turned over to the House committee investigating the January 6th insurrection. Last year, Ginny Thomas attended President Trump's January 6th Stop the Steal rally, but she has publicly stated there is no conflict of interest between her activism and her husband's position. Friday, at a Republican retreat in Florida, House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy said there's no reason why Justice Thomas should recuse himself from cases related to January 6th.
I think Justice Thomas could make his decisions like he's made them every other time. It's his decision based upon law.
In the one January 6th case that has made it to the Supreme Court, 8 of the justices supported releasing President Trump's records to the committee. The only dissenting voice was Justice Thomas. Robert Costa, CBS News, Washington.
And Democratic Senator Richard Blumenthal has said Justice Thomas should consider voluntarily appearing before the House committee investigating the January 6th riots to clear up his wife's role. After more than 2 weeks, a tentative agreement has been reached to end the Minneapolis teacher strike. Ratification votes are expected over the weekend. Details of the contract are unclear, but the teachers' union says it includes major gains on pay for support staff, protections for educators of color, class size caps, and mental health support. Superintendent Ed Groff says he's looking forward to welcoming students and staff back.
Us coming together is going to be what makes the difference for our kids. So looking forward to having our students join us on Monday, and we can get back to school and learning and the care and love that they need in the classroom.
The strike affected around 29,000 students and 4,500 teachers in the district. Well, a new study found drinking coffee may do your heart some good. UK Biobank found having 2 or 3 cups of coffee per day can lower your chance of heart disease and heart failure. The study looked at more than 500,000 people over a 10-year period. It's unclear if caffeine is the main factor for the health benefits. Researchers say there are numerous other compounds in coffee that could play a role. Let's look now at your certified most accurate weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has the forecast. A good day for a hot cup of coffee.
Yeah, it's been chilly out there thanks to the winds, and the winds will actually pick up for a time this evening. Wind advisories are in effect for most of southern Wisconsin, south of Wisconsin Dells, but are in effect for parts of Minnesota, Iowa, northern Illinois, back into the Dakotas. These are maximum wind gusts so far today. Here in Madison, we've gone to 35 miles per hour. But notice Dubuque, Iowa, almost 50 mile per hour wind gusts, and many locations across Minnesota and Iowa have seen wind gusts in the 40 to 50 plus mile per hour mile-per-hour range. These are current wind gusts. You can see 43 miles per hour in Dubuque, 28 miles per hour in Madison. La Crosse has a little snow shower going through with a wind gust there to 39 miles per hour. And you can see on Doppler track, we've had mainly light rain showers. Now they're starting to mix with snow to the north and west of Madison. You can see the mixture of rain and snow in the high-resolution radar here, so that really picks it out. But again, these temperatures are warm enough that we're not expecting anything to stick to the ground, but you can see some brief reductions in visibility. We're seeing that right now in Viroqua, for example, with a visibility of about 3/4 of a mile, but that usually only lasts for a couple of minutes before the snow shower moves on through. Notice the temperature there has dropped to 32 degrees, but elsewhere, even where it is snowing, temperatures are still in the mid to upper 30s, so that's warm enough to keep anything from sticking to the ground. The rain and snow showers will come to an end overnight. The winds will gradually die down toward morning. It'll be cold this weekend with high temperatures only in the 30s, mid-30s for both Saturday and Sunday, and then showers are likely for Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, Tuesday evening, we could see a wintry mix for a short period of time, then even a couple of thunderstorms from late Tuesday night into Wednesday as temperatures briefly get into the 50s. Notice now, we're in the cold part of this storm system. Temperatures only in the 30s through much of Wisconsin. Out to the west, where there's more sunshine, temperatures are in the 50s and even 60s. But as I've said the last couple of days, the upper level winds are from the northwest, and unfortunately, that keeps the mild air out to the west of us and doesn't really allow it to head in our direction. It heads more to the south and southeast and keeps us from warming up any appreciable amount. And the clouds, of course, that doesn't help either. And the rain and snow showers, both associated with a couple of cold fronts coming through. The second one has more of a punch behind it, and that's what will drop our temperatures even more for the weekend. So while we had high temperatures today in the lower 40s, we're now in the 30s. Notice to the north and west, it's even colder, and that's the type of weather that's coming in. Notice compared to 24 hours ago, a drop in about 5 to 15 degrees in temperatures across much of northern Minnesota and far northwestern Wisconsin. Wind advisory in effect until 10 p.m. for most of southern Wisconsin, as well as parts of Iowa and northwestern Illinois. Look for a low of 22. The rain and snow showers will end, but we could see winds gusting to about 40 miles per hour this evening. Tomorrow, look for mostly cloudy skies in the morning. Then we'll see some sunshine in the afternoon, but it'll be breezy and colder with a high of 35. Future track, those rain and snow showers mainly this evening. Notice by midnight, they pretty much are coming to an end. Just cloudy skies overnight with low temperatures in the lower 20s. Highs mid-30s for both Saturday and Sunday, around 40 Monday and Tuesday. Chance of showers Tuesday afternoon, maybe mixed with a little bit of sleet, freezing rain, or snow Tuesday evening. And then as temperatures warm up, we could see a couple of thunderstorms late Tuesday night into Wednesday with a high of 52. We turn colder with some snow showers or flurries Thursday. Temperatures are chilly for the end of next week and into the following weekend. As we check out first warn traffic, for the most part, the Beltline has been in pretty good shape. This is the view at Fish Hatchery Road in the Beltline looking to the west. Traffic starting to break up a little bit in the eastbound direction. Still seeing some delays around Verona Road to Seminole Highway. That's in that construction area that runs up to about Todd Drive. Otherwise, the Beltline looking pretty good. The interstates on the east side of Madison looking good. Pretty normal travel times either way on the Beltline this afternoon. No problems from on I-3990 from the Beltline to Janesville. US 12 Middleton to Sauk City, a quick 16 minutes. Downtown to Sun Prairie, East Washington Avenue, and US 151 will take you 17 minutes. That's your news straight now. First warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. The war in Ukraine has forced thousands of students to give up their studies. Now some are finding some solace in other parts of Europe. Their story after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Your John Deere is here. Get yours during deer season. Right now, get your new X700 series with 1.49% for 48 months. Get a John Deere now and
power up with Sloan's.
How will you mow? Find out today at Sloan's.
He's turned on working families again. Ron Johnson said no to bringing new jobs to Wisconsin. Now he's supporting the Republican plan that phases out Social Security and Medicare and increases taxes on middle-class families.
Time for Democrat Alex Lasry. Lasry says let's get more money into working people's pockets and cut their taxes. No wonder so many unions say Alex Lasry is the strongest Democrat to beat Ron Johnson.
I'm Alex Lasry, and I approve this message.
Every parent I talk to wants to be sure they're doing all they can to protect their kids from COVID-19. As a Wisconsin pediatrician, I tell them the COVID-19 vaccines for kids has been thoroughly tested and is proven to be safe for ages 5 and up. Getting your child a COVID-19 vaccine is the most effective way to help kids stay safe and in school. Ask your child's doctor what they think.
Your John Deere is here. Get yours during deer season. Right now, get your new Z700 series with 0% for 48 months. Get a John Deere now and
power up with Sloan's.
How will you mow? Find out today at Sloan's.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
More than 100 performing arts students who escaped the war in Ukraine are now back on stage in other parts of Europe. Tina Kraus shares their story.
These Ukrainian dancers are finding their rhythm after losing their studios back home.
Now I feel myself so good because this place is safe.
Circus companies in Prague and Budapest are opening their doors to acrobats, jugglers, and aerial artists who were forced out of Ukraine.
They are future artists. This is what they're going to do, and they have a unique chance to keep doing this.
Many left their parents behind in Ukraine to pursue their dreams.
Circus art is my life, and I can imagine life without this because it's my work.
Performers are taking their energy and emotions to the stage, but still worry about the war.
It's really hard to understand that in my country is war right now, and my family is in Ukraine.
Producers call the circus an art form of solidarity and say during a time of conflict, unity is more important than ever. Director Gabor Kovacs says there is no war within the circus, only productivity. And with such a passion for performance, these artists know, despite it all, the show must go on. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
And the circus companies are also giving performances of performers, that is, a place to live, along with food and English lessons. We'll have a final check of your first warning forecast when we come back.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast, News 3 Now at 5.
Create your perfect room for relaxing, entertaining, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today. Patio enclosures.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Stop into Menards and save today with 11% off everything. Energizer Max Alkaline batteries provide long-lasting energy for the devices you use every day. Get a 24-pack of Energizer batteries for only $9.98 after 11% rebate. Stock up on your favorite Procter & Gamble products. They deliver quality products from brands that you can trust, like Dawn, Tide, and Bounty. Get 11% off all Procter & Gamble products now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
When 140-mile-per-hour winds come out of nowhere and try to wipe you off the map. When you look up and see sky where your roof used to be. When the power is out and stays out for 7 or 8 or 10 days. When the phone lines are down and the cell phones have all gone dead. You find out who your friends are. Because the worst brings out our best.
As a struggling actor, I need all the breaks that I can get. At Liberty Buchamug.
Cut.
Liberty Bibbity.
Cut. We'll dub it.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Guys, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, Peak Performance for Men has a natural solution that can help you today. That's right. Stop wasting money on pill after pill that just masks your ED. Fix it for good. We can make the difference. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Create your perfect room for relaxing, entertaining, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today. Patio enclosures.
Gary's back now with weather. At least the sun will come out this weekend.
Later tomorrow. not so
At
much in the morning.
point.
Yeah, and it's not going to help the temperatures very much. That's the other problem. We've got some snow showers and rain showers moving through southern Wisconsin. You can see mainly north and west of Madison snow. In fact, I was just out in the backyard and started to see some flurries of snow. Visibilities right now generally pretty good, although notice Viroqua down to about 3/4 of a mile. So expect, there could be a brief heavier snow shower in there as well. But temperatures are at or above freezing. Nothing should really stick to the ground. Winds, though, could gust pretty strong. Right now, almost to 40 miles an hour in La Crosse and 40 miles per hour in Monroe. We have wind advisories in effect until 10 p.m. for areas south of Wisconsin Dells. Look for a low of about 22. High tomorrow, 35. There's the sunshine.
There's the sunshine. All right, News 3 now at 6 starts right after the break, so stay tuned.